Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2024 BMW M3 Competition. This model is finished off in Isle of Man green metallic with an MSRP just over $98,000. So we have a lot to go over for this performance style sedan. And we will start off with what this is powered by. Underneath the hood, this is the 3-liter twin power turbo inline 6. It is paired to the 8-speed automatic transmission, and it pumps out 503 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque sent through that xDrive all-wheel drive system, propelling this 3,400-pound sedan from 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds, up to its top speed of 180 miles an hour. As far as fuel economy goes, you're looking right around 16 miles per gallon in the city and 22 out on the highway. Now, as we take a look at the exterior styling, you'll notice for all the M cars, we do have a larger kidney design for this grille here. There's also plenty of cutouts to provide extra cooling, forward-facing camera with all these sensors. There's also the sensor for the distance pacing. This does have LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals. You'll notice those blue accents there as well. And there's plenty of cutouts in the lower section, as well as some gloss black accents on both corners and really aggressive lines that run throughout the front. You'll notice too that the lines also extend from the upper grille into the hood here, just to tie it in very nicely. Now, this model also has a very nice set of gloss black wheels. It is a staggered setup with 19s in the front, 20s in the rear. Beautiful multi-spoke design, along with this having the M Sport brakes. This has 6 pistons up front and 4 pistons in the rear. Now, there's also a lot of gloss black accents. It's in the lower side skirt there. It's on the power folding side mirrors, which have the camera and the turn signal surrounding the entire window trim. And then this model has the carbon fiber roof there. You can opt for the sunroof, but I think the carbon fiber roof is definitely has more of a cool factor to it. But there's great lines that run down the side, just giving it a nice side presence. Now, there's more gloss black that continues its way to the trunk mounted spoiler. There's the backup camera, LED taillights, more gloss black in the lower section, along with that quad tip dual exhaust setup, which we can take a listen to because this does have remote start. And then you can also use the key fob to shut it off as needed. And then you can use the key fob or that button underneath to gain access to the trunk. Now, being more of a sedan, of course, this is going to be something that you can daily drive. You have plenty of space. You can even fold down the back seats as well. There's no storage underneath the floor, but you do get bins on both sides, as well as with those seats down. You have plenty of space to be able to fit in some larger items. Now, you can also close and lock the vehicle. If it does lock, like right now, you can unlock this from all 4 door handles, which is a huge plus. And this does have the Kalami orange interior, which is really nice against the Isle of Man green. There's also black leather. We have all the brushed aluminum accents, interior lighting, storage in the lower section, and then a very nice 2-tone design for these seats. Now, at 5'10", it's pretty easy to get into the back. We do have some climate adjustments along with some auxiliaries. No storage pockets behind both front seats, which is interesting. There's also no cup holders in the middle, but you can fold down the seat and use that as an armrest if you need to. I also have about an inch and a half of headroom as well. So it is spacious for its sizing. And of course, with the performance that you're getting, you can still make this work. Now, up front, we have the memory seating controls, your side mirror adjustments, window controls, trunk release, and more storage. And then M3 is also in the headrest there, where we have the automatic seats with the 1 manual adjustment there. And it's a low car, so it's pretty easy to enter and exit. But now we are greeted with the solid leather steering wheel. Massive carbon fiber paddle shifters, M1 and M2, more carbon fiber surrounding all of these controls, where you have cruise and distance pacing, all of your audio adjustments, as well as gauge cluster controls too. So let's start this back up where we can take a look at the digital gauge cluster and the information that you have. So you can go through all of this content here, just depending on what you would like to see. You do have some daily driving information if you'd like to see that, but you also have some performance-oriented features that you can take a look at as well, including the driving modes that the vehicle is currently in. So if we scroll all the way back up to that, you will see them adjust once I push on M2. You can activate that and change those. So you have your shortcuts there, which is nice. You can also get into your head-up display. So when you go into that, you have 3 different modes that you can look at, just depending on the content that you would like to view. There's storage on the left side, along with all of your headlight adjustments. This model also has interior lighting, so that's located throughout all of the brushed aluminum accents, which is nice. Leather covers the entire dash, and then we have the infotainment system with a lot more to go through. You have shortcuts down below, so you can use all of this to get through all this information, get into some performance information like your M drift analyzer and your M lap timer, so you can go through and configure all of that. You can also get into your music, your phone, pull up the navigation in full screen. You have a lot of widgets that you can scroll through as well. And then you have your climate menu in the lower section to get into your heated and ventilated seats, the rest of this information, as well as your temperature controls. There's carbon fiber underneath that with your air vents. You have some more audio adjustments as well as some AC controls. Underneath the carbon fiber lid is wireless charging, auxiliaries, and cup holders. And then let's put this into reverse, where there's the backup camera, you have the 360 view, you have backup assistance, automatic parking, as well as all of the views necessary to see around this entire vehicle. Now the forward-facing camera is accessible by using the shortcut right there to bring that up in full screen. You have park on the backside and the transmission adjustments. There's also traction control, parking sensors, your engine start-stop. If you push on M mode, you can get into sport and track, which will change the gauge cluster and the head-up display. Track mode is just going to shut off the infotainment system. So it's identical to sport mode here, where you have all of that vital information to take a look at. Setup is also how you can get into M1 and M2. So you can have all these shortcuts, everything adjusted to your liking with those controls. There's auto hold, the exhaust note, e-brake, a little bit of storage in the armrest as well as in the glove box. And then you have garage door buttons up top with all of your dome lights. And then here's a look at visibility. Very open for this sedan, so you really don't have any blind spots. So we'll put it into a sport mode now, so it changes the gauge cluster settings here. We have it in M2, and we'll give it a small acceleration here from second gear. And it sounds really good as well. You can feel those shifts slightly, especially short shifting like I am today, but it gives you that drama. This car has so many different personalities. We can tone it back now, just go into road, put it into all the efficiency settings, where your throttle response will get a little bit more delayed. So again, just depending on how you would like to drive. I love how you can quickly go through all of these different settings. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the M3. These seats are also very nice. Now you can also opt for the carbon fiber bucket seats, which I think is one of the most comfortable factory seats you can get. These are super comfortable. These are a lot more daily driver friendly, even though these sport bucket seats, they're a little bit harder to get in and out of, but they're equally as comfortable. We had those in the M4 that we had for a week, and it was a really nice seat. It's like a $4,000 option. I don't know what it's like for the M3. I'm assuming it's similar, but you even have options like that for this style vehicle. So if you are going to do a lot more tracking or something like that, you can even get those seats for up front. There's just so many different options that you can go with to dial in this vehicle to your liking. It would make for a very, very fun daily driver, and I hope the owner enjoys it as much as I do, even with the short test drive that I have today. It's definitely a very fun vehicle. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2024 BMW M3 Competition. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Charlotte, as well as the owner, for letting me take a look at this performance style sedan. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.